1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Jesus Christ on a pogo stick. We're all out here pointing fingers at each other as to why dating and relationships suck, while criticizing the other side for behaviors we're literally doing to them, just in different ways. It's like we're all standing in burning houses throwing matches at each other. One person says, "You never listen to me," while interrupting their partner mid-sentence. Another complains, "You're always defensive," right after spending 10 minutes explaining why everything is their partner's fault. Dr. John Gottman talks about negative sentiment override, when we're so focused on what the other person is doing wrong that we become blind to our own contributions. We're not just missing our patterns, we're actively doing the exact things we claim are destroying our relationships. We demand emotional availability while stonewalling. We want vulnerability while weaponizing insecurities. We ask for understanding while invalidating our partner's experiences. We expect patience while having emotional meltdowns. We want respect while being condescending. We complain about sex while creating an emotionally unsafe atmosphere. We want to be desired, yet we'll make them feel like all they want is sex. Sometimes I think we're all talking trauma responses, wearing costumes, projecting our childhood wounds onto everyone while calling it incompatibility. We're convinced the other person is the problem, when it's likely we're just recreating familiar dysfunction because it's all we know and change feels scarier than staying stuck, and blame is easier. The real work isn't proving who's worse. It's getting curious about how we're all participating in the same cycle we claim to hate.
Hey, Dogman is out of control. Jesus on a pogo stick? Dogman is out here tripping. But he was correct. We think we're unseen when we're in cosplay. We're all made up. We look the part, right? The behavior is in alignment with the mascara or with the painted on beard, or in Jim Hill's case, the whole painted on package. Listen, we all think, right, we are undetectable. But let me tell you something. Everything is recorded by the field. They say, "Zoe, what is the field?" Einstein's quote on the field was amazing. Let's look it up. I love Einstein's work, especially when he talked about the field. Einstein Field. And there's a wonderful book out called The Field as well. I think it's, I forgot her name, but it's the book is literally called The Field. But what Einstein said about the field, which is quite interesting, he says, the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. This quote suggests that the electromagnetic field, in particular, plays a fundamental role in the behavior and properties of particles. It is often interpreted as highlighting the interconnectedness and influence of field in the physical world. So please understand, physics represents the physical world. So, from high up in space, right? From even, say, from Jupiter, if you could see individual people on the surface of Earth, we would look like electrons or particles, right? And the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. So oftentimes we put on a mask. Imagine a particle wearing a mask, trying to hide its true self. The field is still aware that it's a particle. Leakage, right? Your shadow work leaks into the field of the relationship, into the field of society, into the field of your family, into the field of your neighborhood. We are in the field of our primary caregivers. When we know they're lying, we just don't know what about. We could just feel it. The field. Very powerful. That's tonight's topic. You know, it's been a whole spiritual breakdown, but tonight's topic, that which is hidden is always recorded. It might not be witnessed by your partner, but anything you do is witnessed by the higher you. And you will have to reconcile that if it is incongruent with the higher you. Our language hides our truth. We don't understand who Alfred Korzybski was. Zoe Williams talks about him all the time. Alfred Korzybski's scrutiny, if we were to use it, right, with our language, right? Language under Korzybski's scrutiny fails us unless we dismantle its illusions. By eliminating the verb to be, we discover how rarefied identity statements hide power dynamics, co-create distortions, and enforce victimhood. Phrases like "you are toxic" collapses fields of co-creation into objectified blame. This relationship is sacred, freezes a dynamic process into a dogmatic declaration. Words do not describe truth, they cast spells. They seduce us into mistaking narrative for presence. When stripped of projections, compulsions, and linguistic lies, the relationship no longer occurs between you and I. It emerges as a field, a vibrating space where karmic echoes seek reconciliation. Your partner may not appear in your life, or people. I know Disney did a job on us, but I want you to understand this. Your partner may not appear in your life to fulfill you. They may arrive to destroy the illusions that keep you fragmented. The episode tonight we're covering is that which is hidden is being exposed. We don't offer healing. I can't offer you what's in you. I can point at it, and you can acknowledge that I'm pointing at the healing within you. This show is designed to rupture the mask your ego convinced you was real. This episode, this series offers rupture. It does not center on safety. It centers on responsibility. For your signal, your recursion, your refusal to witness the parts of yourself now animating the other. You do not receive grace through hiding. This is spiritual bypassing at its worst. You're hiding, talking about God got me. You're hiding, talk about have faith. If you had faith in God, you would come out. You wouldn't hide at all. There would be no need to hide because you have faith that God got you. God only got you when God is given to you. When God taketh away, you say the devil is busy, missing the lesson that God had to take something away from you because you forgot the value of it. Oh, huh? What work you want to do tonight? Do y'all want to do this work or not? You see what I'm saying? You access coherence through exposure. Your performance does not save you. Only truth can liberate you. Relationality, in this lens, reveals itself not as connection, but as crucifixion. A crucifixion of pretense, of projection, and personality. The hidden eye watches not with judgment, but with total awareness. And in its gaze, the ego dies again and again and again and again. You don't want your ego to die because you think that's you. The myth of the silent tomb. Why, talking... Well, listen to this one. This is going to hurt y'all feelings. The myth of the silent tomb. Why taking it to the grave is the ego's final delusion. How many of you know people have taken secrets to their grave? Didn't want to tell you the truth about nothing. Thought it would never get out. But your spirit was always unsettled in their presence because of that very fact. Why taking it to the grave is the ego's final delusion. The belief that secrets can be buried with the body is a metaphysical illusion, an egoic defense mechanism that denies the quantum entanglement of consciousness, karma, and energetic coherence. Every unspoken betrayal, hidden motive, and unacknowledged distortion lives on, not in memory, but in the vibrational residue of the person who refuses to integrate it. In this view, the grave is not an ending, but an echo chamber of all we failed to metabolize. The nervous system becomes the tomb. The relational field becomes the ghost. And the soul, ever watching, carries the burden we pretend to leave behind. Get even deeper, Zoe. How does the lie you die with get transferred epigenetically? Huh? What? Oh, okay, it's not. We're not there yet. Psychology isn't there yet. Neurobiology isn't there yet. Okay, fine. What if the lie you die with, gets passed on to your seed? We got callers on the line. Let's get them in here. Attila, please come in here and finish your final thought. Ma'am?
Hey, yo. Child, you cooking. You are in here cooking.
It's the final episode. We got to cook it up, right?
It is. And you know what's so weird? The thought that keeps coming to my mind is actually quite a personal one. I can now, finally having, started doing this work and looking at my shadow, it reminds me of the first time I remember my people-pleasing got me caught up. I was probably about 8 years old, right? Now, mind you, I had to go to the emergency room because I think I had a panic attack or something at 8. And I remember my parents had been going back and forth about private school. Like, do we take her back? And I knew my mom wanted me to return and my dad didn't. And I told each of them the opposite, what they wanted to hear. I feel that to say, I think at the root of a lot of these masks are your initial injuries that you cause to yourself by betraying yourself. And so I think if you could go back and really get in the recesses of your mind and remember what it was that caused it and just kind of sit in it, it really does help. And I think now that I'm an adult in my 30s, there is this part of me that wants to return to that same way of thinking that I had when I was a little girl. And it constantly comes up in moments where I have to choose myself. And so I say all that to say, I think we should always choose you. And I mean, it's one of those things where I don't really feel like it ever has gotten easier for me, but I do feel at a place now where I can actually use my voice. And so I'll just say, I think in the same way that you have hidden eyes, you also have hidden costs, and you have to decide that you no longer want to pay them.
Hidden cost and hidden eye. You being watched even when there's no witnesses. Oh, Lord. You remember when they used to say, God is watching now. Just remember, God is
It's like a spiritual fine print, and we like to sign contracts that are going to get us to our next level, not realizing that there are costs associated with them. And so if I have to give up my people pleasing, so be it. But I'm really thankful to you and just to the whole journey in general. So that's all I have to say.
Come on, niece. Come on. You got to tell the people what you just did.
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building and on the board. Listen, if you want to bring your city into this national discussion, all you got to do is call me. 1-800-920-1580. The VOR is on complete fire.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The beautiful part of sobriety and recovery for me is the looking in the mirror and realizing you are looking at the problem. You are the problem. You're also the solution to the problem, but nothing out there is the problem. And it's very easy to victimize ourselves and have it be, my mother didn't do this, and so I'm like this. I mean, how many women have I heard in recovery talk about the sexual abuse? It's awful. It's enough to think you would never, ever, 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 ever be able to be a functioning human.
Yeah.
And they can. Through the program of recovery.
Man, who was that? That was Jamie. That's who I thought it was. I heard the voice. That's Jamie Lee Curtis telling the truth. Listen, what happened to you is the truth. Many of us are ashamed of what happened. Where there is shame, there might be self-blame. Right? You didn't ask for it to happen. You didn't call it into your being, but it happened. Sometimes healing it is about embracing it. Not embracing it from an egoic standpoint, like this is me, but more so, this happened to me. But this is not me. Right? This is not me. This doesn't get to define me. When that happens, as the great Krishnamurti said, the enemy is you, not the other. It's a core concept in J. Krishnamurti's philosophy, emphasizing that conflict and suffering originate from within oneself, not from external sources of others. Yes, you can argue that someone did something horrific to you, but you can learn to alchemize their debauchery, their brutality, their barbarity. You can learn to alchemize that and use it, right? Not as I survived, but not only did I survive, I thrived. I evolved. You see? I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, man. But sometimes healing a truth is more about revealing the truth. Many of us are just blackout blinds. We roll the blackout blind down on our soul and we act like it ain't even sunlight outside those blinds. We just keep it pushing as if it never happened. No, that's a way to contaminate your soul. Your soul needs you to consciously observe it if you want it to heal. I know it's tough. We've got callers on the line. Some of my favorites, by the way. John, Mountain View, Hawaii. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
First off, the seasoning on this show is perfect.
The seasoning? I love it, brother. I love it. Thank you.
My Lord, this is a great show.
Thank you.
But let's go into the element of the hiding, shall we?
Yes, please.
Your loneliness is just a participation trophy towards the interpersonal relationships you fail or hide from.
Here we go.
Your loneliness is only because I'm not agreeing with you. You can hide from me all you want. You can keep that shroud between you and me. But your interpersonal relationship with me is going to help you get over that hump. Do you see it yet? We want to be lonely. Men hide from relationships currently.
Here we go.
They blame the woman.
They
blame the woman over everything that's going on about the relationship, and now you're telling yourself you're not going to participate, yet at the same time. How are you going to see you if you are hiding from you in that relationship?
Come on, man. The fireworks are for tomorrow, but where are the fireworks, Andy? I love it, brother. Keep cooking.
Don't hurt yourself any longer. And in the immortal words of an African woman that tickled me pink, ladies, you wear hair on your hair. You wear eyelashes on your eyelashes. You wear nails on your nails. Which you am I supposed to meet?
Oh. Go ahead, finish.
Yes, it's universal, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hide from you. As the Bible says, give and it's given back to you. We're not going to talk about the measure yet because you decide on what that measure is, good or evil. I'm done.
Man, guess what you just did, my friend?
Mountain View's in the house. Always love you, bro.
Hey, man, I love you too, man. Thank
you.
Let the seasoning continue. Hey, when we come forward, the VOR, we going to continue cooking up this 4th of July. Well, kind of. 4th of July show.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. The House is sending President Trump's so-called Big Beautiful Bill to his desk.
We're just ready to get it done and deliver this product for the people, so we're excited about it.
Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries spoke for over 8 hours trying to stall the vote, but Republicans secured enough support to move forward. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is leading early in a possible 2026 California governor's race. A new UC poll shows Harris with 24% support, but 40% of Californians say they're still undecided. Harris, who once served as state attorney general and senator, is considering a run to replace Governor Gavin Newsom. And Donasia Yancey, founder of Boston's Black Lives Matter chapter, is still employed by the city months after a felony assault arrest in April. She's on unpaid leave from her role as deputy director in the LGBTQ+ office, where she made $116,000 last year. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Tired of feeling alone in your job search? With just one connection, you can find endless job opportunities. That connection is Express Employment Professionals. Don't go it alone. Visit expresspros.com to find the location nearest you. That's expresspros.com.
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon, right after Tavis Smiley, here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian, with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. Let's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
always marry somebody that's going to trigger for you every unhappiness that you ever had in your childhood. So when we find somebody to be in a relationship with, it happens on two levels. One level is I find them attractive, they're humorous, they're fun to be with. Underneath it, there's a looking for the love that we never got in the first place. So for example, why do so many women, specifically, who were abused in childhood end up with abusive men? Which they do, repeatedly. You think, what's wrong with them? Well, there's nothing wrong with them. What's wrong is, whose love did they most want when they were kids? Precisely that abusive person. So unconsciously, they'll be drawn towards men who've got that abusive potential. So relationships is very much a matter of growing up together, if that can happen. But I guarantee you, when you marry somebody, you're gonna find both your dreams and your worst nightmare.
Wow. That's my guy Gabor, right? Hey, man, he's always cooking with the rarest grease. Love his work. Listen, we got callers on the line, man. I want to bring people into this national discussion. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. One of our favorites, you already know, and I already know. Nikki from the SIP, the VOR's resident deaconess. Come on in here and give us this food for thought.
Brothers on the fam.
How are you? You good?
Just something to consider over the holidays.
Please give it to us, Nikki.
A prolific serial killer, when asked why he was so successful, said, because my victims do not recognize when they are being visited by the devil.
Who said that, Nikki?
This couple of people. One of them is on TV, and one of them was in real life. Wayne Grove from the movie Heat was in the presence of a prostitute and said to her, "You are being visited by the devil now." Having been called out because he entered through the sexual gate. That Ted Bundy man said, we don't pay attention to the signs from the Lord that you are in danger because we hide. When we hide, it can be a detriment to our ability to see what is before us.
Wow.
So in the Matrix, if you die in the Matrix, you die over here. Okay? All right? When the spirit drops down, it was 3 of them in Cinders. Some people missed this. It was a woman because people sometimes do not perceive women as being a threat right away. There was a man playing a guitar. Might have been a banjo, but I think it was a guitar. Because music is a gate. There was also a spirit.
You got me. I'm sitting right here like, hey, if she don't cook like, boy, this is a rare meal. Keep going. Music is a gate. Sex is a gate. Come on. Spirituality is a gate. Keep going.
Come on. When you got to the scriptures, he was like, well, that's coming to my spirit. I'm the devil being calmed by the scriptures. We forget he was up there when they was made, by the dude that made them.
You talking about like Lucifer, when he was Lucifer and he was the master of music. I hear you, child. Keep going.
Come on. We can't keep up with this hiding. Pull the Band-Aid off.
Wait, hold on,
Snatch
Nikki.
it off.
Hold on, Nikki. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. Ushers. Lock the doors. We got to close the gates. Go ahead, Nikki.
See? Come on, y'all.
Oh, my goodness.
I told you they traveling in pack. It was a pack of 3. It's on Netflix. You can see it there.
Wow.
If you can go to the movie.
Sheesh.
If you do not deal with you, these ancestral secrets.
Ancestral secrets. I hear you. Come on.
Make up your mind over this 4th of July. I'm going to be a generational curse slayer. It stops today.
I love it. Nikki,
Even if it only starts with you.
I love you, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, I love you, Nikki. Hey, Nikki, guess what you just did, child?
Mississippi in the building. I love everybody.
Come on, Mississippi is on the board. Nikki said, close the gates. Whew. The karma of pretending. How lying to yourself bends reality. Cognitive dissonance creates emotional numbing and internal splits that damage intimacy, according to Festinger. The philosophical insight: authenticity is existential necessity. Pretense fractures reality and invites illusions. Your spiritual and metaphysical insight: every lie vibrates at a frequency that distorts alignment with divine law, according to Dr. David R. Hawking's consciousness map. Here's your clinical: habitual dishonesty alters neural pathways and reinforces maladaptive emotional suppression, ACT therapy. Most of us, and when I say most of us, including me, we've learned to walk around comfortable in disguise. Right? Somebody breaks us, hurts us. We've learned to fake it, and that's okay for a time. That's okay when you're trying to rehabilitate. Fine. But you're more powerful as yourself. And when I say as yourself, I'm not talking about the self your parents modeled, right? I'm not talking about that. You have to become the master potter of your presentation. You can't still have the fingerprints of your parents' brokenness on you, because you'll go into intimate relationships doing nothing but hiding and performing. You cannot possibly be the truth until you start that process of individuation. That's how Carl Jung called it. That's what he called it, individuation. But a Buddhist might call it moksha. A Hindu might call it nirvana. Right? Somebody who follows Paramahansa Yogananda may call it self-realization. Somebody who studied psychology may call it self-actualization. But you got to get it done, or you're not the real you. And the false you is always in what the Hebrews called Sheol. Sheol is hell, but Sheol also means school. Yes. I know. Love as a field, not transaction. The non-dual collapse of relational myth. What? Codependent dynamics reflect energetic contracts, not free connection, according to Ross Rosenberg. Go get his book. It's a wonderful book, man. The Human Magnet Syndrome. Love cannot be possessed or earned. It must emerge when subject-object duality dissolves. Ramana Maharishi. Spiritual/metaphysical. Love is not an act, but a field of being. Real love dissolves the self who needs it. David Deida. Here's your clinical. Secure attachment is not earned through transaction, but felt through presence and attunement. The government has never been attuned to black folks' needs, really. They've been in and out like an in and out parent. We've been turned into an anxious, preoccupied, and dismissive avoidant group. And many of us have traits of fearful avoidance. Come on now, this government has done a job on us. And we've taken that work from our societal fathers and mothers into our intimate relationships. When we come forward, the voice of reason will land the plane.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, it's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Are you tired of stains stealing your shine? California Cleaners is where you go to rescue your wardrobe. They don't just clean, they elevate. Hand washing, crisp laundry, and precise alterations, all while keeping your wallet happy. Listen, all you gotta do is connect with them in the beautiful city of Inglewood. Whether it's grass-stained jeans, silk that's seen better days, or a hemline emergency before date night, you're on deck with California Cleaners, located at 1326 North La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. I do not consider myself a fan of Sean Puffy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Love, Brother Love Combs. But one doesn't have to be a fan to acknowledge a simple truth about his recent jury trial. I think the primary reason he was acquitted of those sex trafficking and RICO charges is because he was overcharged in the first place. Mine is not to opine on his guilt or innocence on any of the charges the feds brought against him. But I predicted months ago that he would beat the most serious charges because, as usual, prosecutors have a really bad habit of overcharging black men. Dave Chappelle said it best, Puffy is in a RICO case all by himself, man. Hilarious and arresting at the same time. When prosecutors put a target on the backs of black men, they throw everything at them just to see what sticks. And too often, just like in the Puffy case at the very end, they move to dismiss some of the charges and then double down on the ones they think they can win. It's racist and it's wrong, and somebody ought to say so. I think I just did. Not for the benefit of Puffy, but on behalf of all the other black men who have been and sadly will be woefully overcharged in the future. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
You want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR's on Complete Fire. You already know what it is, live from KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Leimert Park. You already know we've been on Complete Fire. This is episode 8 of my series on the spiritual purpose and or meaning of relationship. And you already know I'm blending in the clinical, the psychological, the philosophical. I'm blending in so many different layers and nuances to it. Very rich, very nuanced discussion. We're about to wrap it up. I want to get my final caller in here real quick. We got Davey Lee from Arkansas. Davey Lee, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic and the overall series?
Let me shut this laptop off, man. But personally, I appreciate all y'all input. It's so impactful and helpful on my day-to-day journey because it just gives you an idea of what to do and what not to do and how to try to approach things. But I can say personally, if you keep faking stuff, man, you keep trying to hide who you are, it's going to come out in the end. They always say what's in the dark come to the light. Sometimes, it may not be able to, get reconciled through you. because, you know, you didn't get a chance to do what you're supposed to do. But in reality, you know, you keep being fake, man, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get fake results. It's not going to be real, you know? You're going to destroy yourself in the end because you might be a dope fiend. Now you acting like you ain't no dope fiend. Somebody catch you in the corner, catch you in the car, you know what I'm saying? Now you looking stupid, you know what I'm saying? So you got to try your best to, you know, be, like you say, authentic, for real, or you just going to keep destroying yourself. You're going to fall deeper into these pits. You're going to probably keep doing what you think is a secret, you know? Somebody know you're a sucker, you hear me? So you got to have to figure it out, you know what I'm saying, before you destroy yourself.
Hey, Davey Lee. Hey, guess what you just did, Davey Lee, man?
Hey, I brought y'all to the sticks, baby. I brought y'all to my world.
Come on, man. Take us down to the sticks anytime, brother. We appreciate the call. Tonight's topic, man. Hey, we ain't been playing at all, man. Just remember, trauma is a language. Your nervous system can be seen as an oracle. How might your nervous system act as the hidden eye, watching all betrayals of the self? Whenever you betray yourself, could your nervous system be your intrapersonal oracle, watching and recording every betrayal? Could your need for control reflect an ungrieved history of invisibility? When I flinch at closeness, what unmet need in my developmental timeline attempts to speak? Might every attempt to fix another mask a refusal to attune my own dysregulation? Who's watching? Who's watching you? You don't watch you when you step into a relationship. You're only watching the person, hoping that they fulfill your wound's needs. You don't watch yourself to say, how will I show up this time? Did I do enough work on my... You don't do that. Self-observation isn't a part of the game. It's what you can get, right? So you put on a performance. You hide the true wounded you. You present as healed. You know the language of spirituality. You can speak it. You can talk it. You can walk it. But in your spirit, you're limping. And you're hoping you can get past their security. So you can set up shop in their brokenness. In what ways does spiritual bypass mirror somatic disassociation? How do I confuse emotional numbing with spiritual peace? Could the stories I tell about others emerge as flashbacks from a proverbial wound? What narratives might my body remember even when my conscious mind forgets? Might my attraction to chaos be an unconscious effort to re-enter a traumatic loop in search of resolution? In what ways does denying my inner child's voice weaponize my adult persona in relationships? I don't know who that's for, but I'm going to read it again. In what ways does denying my inner child's voice weaponize my adult persona in intimate relationships? Desire as displacement, uncovering false longings. What if every desire I hold for you arises from a part of myself I abandoned long ago? Might the pursuit of love be a subtle expression of self-rejection dressed in intimacy's disguise? Could my longing for wholeness in another conceal my fear of facing my own inner fragmentation? In what ways might attachment act as a drug that delays the inevitability of ego death? When I declare I want you, could I be confessing I fear being with myself? Could the pain of unrequited love be a refusal to receive my own presence? Could my prayers for union be echoes of forgotten vows I once broke with myself? In seeking you, whom or what have I abandoned inside myself? This is heavy stuff tonight, y'all. When the self is quiet, what remains of a relationship? And who or what is listening? The voice of reason, I really want you guys to hear this stuff, man. This is not for play. Even when no one is watching, you are seen. This axiom, what we might call the law of hidden eyes, pierces the illusion of isolation that governs so much of our intrapsychic and interpersonal life. It points to a deeper terrain of accountability, not to culture, performance, or partner, but to the field of consciousness itself. This is not the moralistic surveillance of a punitive God image, but the radical presence of being itself, a witnessing intelligence beyond egoic architecture, beyond projection and pretense. In this field, all thoughts echo, all intentions reverberate. The self we conceal from others is not hidden from the relational universe. It is the universe speaking back through the mirrored entanglements of our experience. Listen, I start the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-week series. The VOR will be back Monday with another slapper. Might bring another series up in here. I'll holla. Happy 4th of July, folks.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica,